want to post something here up. And the fact is that 24 people in the United States of America made more than 13 million people working 40 hours a week last year. This is a greater gap in wealth and poverty than in India. Also on the board here, I want to mention that the Republicans want to repeal minimum wage. And my only thinking of why they want to do this, well, besides making a profit, is that they could sustain giving people jobs, especially if they're paying them $2 an hour. So they could almost eliminate unemployment by hiring people for $1 or $2 an hour to work. So that's my only thinking why they would want to do something like this, because nothing has went down as far as food, the price of housing, automobiles, insurance. So what else would it benefit than for them to say we have everybody working? Now the Republicans have set their campaign up by filibustering every bill that President Obama brought for recovery for America. And by doing the filibustering, it slowed down the growth in the economy, and it slowed down the recovery. And the sad part of this, it was done in spite of the fact that it was hurting America. It was causing vast poverty in America, but it was setting up the Republicans to take this election in November and bring their people into office. And that is what I'm hurt by the most, that parties over people were decided. It's not that you dislike a person, but this is a country. We all live in the United States of America. And for them to do this and then run their election on nothing happening, this is what third world countries do. This is how corruption infestates a government. Sharon Ingalls up in Nevada right now is giving Senator Reid a run for his money. And we should be questioning, where did she raise $14.3 million from in last quarter? That was the most money ever in history raised for a Senate race. And it's not like she's a great speaker or a long-time politician. This is a lady who was a substitute teacher that has very limited political experience. Where did that money come from? And the Republicans are running this election with such deadly accuracy that it is almost like a military action. Do you remember what Colin Powell said during the war in Iraq? You cut them off at the head, and then you attack the body. They have taken Obama and cut him off from the Democrats' Congress, and the Democratic Congress is the body, and they're scrambling all over the damn place, and they're taking them out one by one. Now, Obama's trying to do a lot of things, like I said in my last video with HR 3808. I mean, he's trying to stop stuff, but it's like he's out there by himself, because Congress is scrambling all over the place. And what's so sad is the Democrats, for what they inherited and the time that they've had to work with recovering America, have did a pretty good job. I would say they did more and accomplished more than I thought they could have in 2 years. And like Solitary Fraction said in his newest video, that the world is watching. The world is watching us, and they're not moving right now. But they can feel that we're about to collapse because of the inner fighting. I mean, especially third world countries. If you ever study government and you ever study economists, you know that there's patterns that countries go through before they fall. And we are now into one of those patterns like Rome was, where the government is fighting itself and becoming corrupt, and the people are being divided, and the wealth is being distanced from the poor. See, this is patterns that lead to a country's collapse. But here's the thing. it can be stopped, but it has to be stopped through unity and working together. It's not Democrats, not Republicans, not Tea Parties. It's America saving America. And so far, the Democrats have proven to be the lesser of the evil, the people who will listen to the people, the common people, and work with us. And had the Republicans not been so right wing, I would have been happy to work with any party. But they're so right wing and taking out people that I don't want to deal with them. I want to deal with a party who's going to try to help us. And yes, this government needs to be shook up, and all the corruption and the long-term 24, 30-year people who have been in office need to go away. But right now, we need to save America. And this is my plea. If you're Republican or you're Tea Party, understand that the life you save may be yours in the next generation in America itself. Let's vote the Democrats back in and work with them over the next 2 years to get this thing straightened out. And if you don't like Obama after the next 2 years, hey, vote him out. I'm sure he'll be more than happy to leave office and go back and finish raising his kids. Now I close with the famous words of a person I used to listen to when I was a child.
And now you know the rest of the story.